Let's cover the first scene together, mentioned in John chapter 8, the scene of the adulterous woman. Jesus comes to the temple in the morning and sits with the people, teaching and preaching the kingdom of God. Some of the scribes and Pharisees bring to him a woman in their midst who committed adultery. And they tested and asked Jesus what they should do with her, given that the law of Moses commands that she must be stoned as a punishment. Jesus did nothing except stoop down to the earth, and with his finger began to write on the ground. When they persisted in asking him, he stood up and responded with clemency and said, "Let anyone among you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." This phrase, which proclaims the law of humanity and the law of truth, and which touches the oppressed, was said by the one who utters the law. And again, he stooped down and wrote on the ground. Thus each one of them was dismissed, and only the one without sin remained with her whose sin was known. But the question now is, what was Jesus writing with his finger on the ground? Raymond Brown answers this question with 5 possibilities. The first possibility dates back to the time of St. Jerome, along with an Aramaic manuscript of the Gospel, which was unearthed in the 10th century, and which indicated that Jesus was writing the sins of the scribes and Pharisees. The second possibility is that Jesus did as a judge would have in the imperial courts of the Roman Empire, writing his verdict before pronouncing it. However, if this is what happened the first time, and what was written was what Jesus announced to them, then what was it that Jesus wrote the second time? Because remember, it says, they said this to test him, so that they might have some charge to bring against him. It continues by saying, Jesus bent down and wrote with his finger on the ground. Then in John 8:7 it says, when they kept on questioning him, he straightened up and said to them, "Let anyone among you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." In verse 8 it continues, and once again, he bent down and wrote on the ground. Thus, in this scene here, Jesus is writing twice on the ground. The third possibility is that some believe that what Jesus did was according to what was said in Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 13. O hope of Israel, O Lord, all who forsake you shall be put to shame. Those who turn away from you shall be recorded in the underworld, for they have forsaken the fountain of living water, the Lord. The fourth possibility is that what Jesus wrote, according to John chapter 8, verse 6, is the command that came in Exodus chapter 23, verse 1. You shall not join hands with a wicked man to be a malicious witness. The italicized words, according to Raymond Brown, fit the number of words that Jesus could have wrote in his stooped stance without shifting his position. The fifth possibility is that Jesus was exhibiting disdain and disapproval towards their actions. While they drowned in their sins, he did so by tracing lines on the ground while he was thinking. In conclusion, we cannot infer simply based on this scene on whether Jesus knew how to read and write, since it does not indicate the nature of what Jesus was writing on earth, nor can we determine Jesus' level of education.